Hello and welcome back to Chef Sherry's Plant-Based Kitchen. I was looking through one of my favorite cookbooks today. Have you ever seen this, The Thug Kitchen? It's a little bit obscene with the language. They use a lot of obscenities as they're being funny throughout their descriptions. But if you can pass over that and get to the good food, it is worth getting this book. Now, I always modify their recipes because they do use oil and I do not. And I happened upon this barley stuffed peppers recipe. So I'm going to send this to you so that you don't have to worry about the ingredients here. But I went ahead and put this together. So these are just our pretty salads we're going to have at dinner time. But I had bought 4 beautiful peppers at the store the other day. And I said, boy, I better think of something to do with them because they could go bad. So here we go, stuffed peppers, and they're all the colors. So when you eat this way, you're getting all the colors of the fresh vegetables, which is so good for us because each one of them has wonderful things in them. So let me tell you how easy it is to put this together. So here's what we did. We needed these ingredients: onion, celery, carrot, and garlic, some dried thyme and oregano. All of that gets sauteed into this pot. After I sauteed those vegetables according to these directions, I added in my barley and I added in some tomato, a chopped tomato, and some red wine vinegar. You can also use sherry vinegar, along with 2 cups of vegetable broth, and you just let it cook down. Now, I have to say that he says it cooks in 15 minutes, but my barley that I've always cooked takes 35 to 40 minutes, so I would let it simmer, and you can put the lid on, although he says not to. Put the lid on and let it cook down for about 40 minutes. So I tasted it, and the barley is cooked beautifully. It's not too mushy, but it's not hard, because barley takes time to cook. So I cut the tops off of these beautiful peppers, and I also decided to combine a sauce that my mother used to make with her stuffed peppers, because this has a very sort of sweet and tangy flavor, and I thought, sort of tangy rather, not so sweet, but tangy from the vinegar. And so we're going to try my mother's tomato sauce that I added not brown sugar, but I added date sugar. So we're keeping it healthy. And in this recipe, there's this little bit amount of salt and pepper, but minimal amounts, so it will certainly fall below what is required of your sodium. You don't want to go too high, but a little bit is okay. So I'm going to go ahead now and stuff these peppers. I'm going to try to do it with this little 1/4 cup. Oh, and also you put in a can of beans at the end. I forgot to add that. I use navy beans, and you can see them. They're mixed in there. So you've got your barley, your beans, your vegetables. You've got a whole meal in this pot. And these beautiful peppers. So I'm going to stuff them one at a time. You want to get them to the top. There you go. That's hot still. I'm going to put this here for a moment. Then I'll stuff the next one. And we should have enough stuffing for 4 peppers. So if you were making this for a crowd, doubling this recipe or even quadrupling it would be nothing. It would be easy, and you could have, you could have 16 stuffed peppers on a platter to serve your guests. So it's really a good recipe for company. And of course I did taste this, so I wouldn't be suggesting it if I didn't think it tasted good. It tastes wonderful, and they're so pretty. But I think this tomato sauce is going to just put us over the top with goodness. Okay. So, of course, I grew up as a kid, we ate meat, and my mother would make stuffed peppers with, ground beef, but this is our healthy, healthy version. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a little bit of this sauce, and I'm going to spread it out on the bottom first. So I'll just sort of move it around like this, so it coats the bottom, a little drop more, because they're going to sit on top of this. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to put my stuffed peppers on top of them. There you go. And then we take our sauce, and each pepper is going to be topped with this delicious, easy to make tomato sauce with date sugar. Now, I used a can of tomato sauce, and I'd say maybe 2 tablespoons of the date sugar, but add it slowly and make it the way you like it. So taste it when you make each addition, and you'll get the perfect flavor for you and your family. So let's do that. Oh, we still have a little bit more. And this is going to be our dinner tonight. And all you do is pop them in the oven for about an hour at 350. And that is it. Your dinner is done. So I'll put that on the bottom. Now, you know I don't like to waste anything. So let's get the rest of the sauce out here. I'm going to top the peppers with it. It can even fly over the side a little. It's pretty that way. So really, this was easy. I mean, it took me maybe 15 minutes to get all that sauteed up. And the vegetables are easy to cut. Easy peasy. So you cover this with, he said, with some foil. You want a tight sort of tent over them. You know, they don't have to touch the vegetables, but tent them. Put them in the oven, and I'll make sure I got that right. Yes, we're going to cook them for about an hour, and then let them rest when you take them out for at least 5 minutes, because they are going to be piping hot. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. Again, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time back in my kitchen. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.